Okay, guys, there was a question asked. Well, the one thing that I love to do is for those of you that are doing video, video is the thing that you have to be doing. You have to be doing video because if you're not, you're gonna get behind in the technology and people are gonna just speed up way past you. You have to be doing Reels, Facebook Live, just video in general. And what I highly recommend for those of you that are not doing a lot of video, so you're kind of like nervous about it, you're not sure how to do it, that you create a Facebook group for yourself that you will name, and I can show you mine. I don't remember what I named it. All right, let me go up here. Okay, here it is, my MJ's video testing. So this is a group that I created. And as you can see, I just left the banner as it is. And over here, because I'm the owner of this group, I can see the manage section with this is what you will be able to see once you create your group, the manage section and the browse section. And as you can see, I'm the only member here in this group. Okay. But the thing that you have to remember under manage is if you want to do uh, practice using Zoom and sharing Zoom onto Facebook, you will want to add the Facebook app, the Zoom app. And in order to do that, you have to just go to the add features and go down here to get this out of the way. Let me see. Okay, settings, community. I'm trying to move my thingamajigger out of the way. Okay, audio channels, community chats. Oh, that's not what I want. So let me go over here to group settings and go down here to manage information. Yeah, here it is. So you're going to go down to other features, audio channels. If you don't see what you're looking for, you're going to go add new, and you're going to go and you're going to say, I want to add. I mean, you can add community chats and you can set the settings for community chat, but you don't need to do that for this group because this group here is a group that you're going to be using to do video. Add to the group. So here you've got live video. So you might have to add this live video. You might have to have this turned on in order for you to go live in your group or to even allow anybody to go live in your group. Reels, the same thing. If you don't have Reels in your group, you'll want to turn it on, okay? So that you can go into your group and practice doing Reels. Now, this again, this is features. These are features that you can add to any group that you're going to set up for you. But we're talking specifically about you setting up a private group. Here it is, private. Name it your name, video testing, so that you can have a place on Facebook where you can go and practice. Learn how to use your tool. And then apps down here underneath manage advanced settings, go to apps and just hit the pencil. Right now, there's one app added to this particular Facebook group. And there's a search field up there. You can type in Zoom, and otherwise you just scroll through the choices and you pick the Zoom video live stream app. Now, if there's any other app that you want to add, I don't recommend it, but just showing you where they are, that up here at the top or over here on the left, you can start typing. Let me see if I can just find something funky. Nothing there. Okay, how about StreamYard? A lot of people are using StreamYard. Some of them are using a conference streamer. Some of them are using Blaze Stream. Some of them are using, there's OmniStream. There's so many apps that you can add to here StreamYard. So if you're going to be using StreamYard, you have to add this to your group, or you can't stream using StreamYard because it has to be the bridge between whatever tool you're using and Facebook. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Stream away is another one. So that's just where you're at. And then you just pick it and then you just say, okay, I want to add it. I'm not going to add it because I don't use StreamYard. And when you add that app, it sees posts and comments in the group, but not who wrote them. So then you have to tell your audience, if you're going to use StreamYard, to click on the StreamYard link in your Facebook group so that when they comment, you can see who it is from StreamYard. Otherwise, you won't be able to see it. And you'd have to have another tool sitting off to the side that you have logged into your Facebook group so you can see who's in your Facebook group. But if you don't want to have to do that, when you do add and they do check it off, then in StreamYard off to the side, you'll be able to see the comments that are coming in from your Facebook group. So I hope this is helpful. But I was going to go back and I was going to actually create a group to just show you how simple it is. So depending on what your layout is for Facebook, there's different places where you can actually do this. You can look over here if you have a toolbar on your left that says groups. You can click on that and you can go here, create a new group. If you don't have that, but you got this menu up here, it looks like a chessboard, checkers board, click on that menu. And you can go over here under create, a post, a story, a room, a page, an ad, a group, an event, marketplace listing, or a fundraiser. So there's two different places where you can actually create a group on Facebook. So let's just go here and say, I'm going to create this group and I'm going to say, I'm just going to name this MJ's Coach Program Special Content. I'm going to leave it privacy, public. Anyone who sees who's in this group and what they post. But you want whatever you're doing for you to keep it private because you don't want anybody else to see what's going on in your group. Okay. Now, I'm just going to make this one public just for fun, because let's say I am creating a Facebook group for the purpose of attracting new people into my group. You want to leave it public for a period of time. And I usually say about once you start reaching about 100 members, then change it to private. And it depends on the content that you're going to have in there. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, guys. It depends on the content that you're going to have in your group. If you're creating a specific group for a specific purpose, and you're just using, setting that group up so that you can do what I call your whisper campaign, where you're starting to create information and content concerning awareness and people getting curious about what you're doing. And you say, it's coming soon, watch for the notifications, watch for the announcements, and you're building up that energy about 2 weeks before you actually create, tell them what it's about. And then 2 weeks before you want to open the doors, then you're going to start telling them a little bit more about your group, what it's about, what's going on, what's happening, what they can expect if they join your group, and so on and so forth. So then at that point, after you've launched and now you've opened the doors and you've got the people that have asked to join your group, you're letting them in. You don't let them in until you're ready. And then you can, after you get your whatever you're doing going and you see how well it's going and the group is growing and you're really happy about it, but now it's getting to be where people might be concerned about their privacy with the content that you're talking about in that group, then you change it to private. But once you change it to private, you cannot go back to public. Okay. But you can create your group, and that's all you have to do. Give it a name, make the privacy, and create. That's all you have to do to start a group. Now, Facebook will pull in a fun, I like these are fun banners to me. I love them. But you may want to create a banner that's specific to the content or the, whatever your purpose of your group is. But what I'm asking you to do is create a Facebook group like this, name it whatever your name is, and you can just say private video testing room or something, whatever you want to name it. Make sure that you go under manage and that you go over into the settings and you go down, put in a description. This is, for any group that you're going to create, you want to make sure you have a good name and a description. If you want the members to provide an introduction of themselves, you can turn that on. Right now it's public. We don't want to hide right now it's visible. But once you make it private, it's going to either be where people can search for it, but they can't join unless, they hit the join button. Or if you make it hidden, then nobody can find it on Facebook. And I highly recommend you don't make a hidden group, because if you create a hidden group and you tell somebody, okay, send me an email and I'll get you into the group, and then you allow them to get into the group, if you don't have that URL link for that group, they can't find it. So they won't get notifications or anything that they have access to that Facebook group. Okay. Now that would be something that you would do if you were creating a membership group where they have to pay to get into that group, but you don't want anybody else to know about it. Okay. So it's very rare instances that you would hide a group. Don't worry about the location, the web address. Here you can customize this. So this is where you go in and you can name it, like, let's say, coaching program specials. So let's say for the members that are in my group coaching program, I'm going to have some specials available to them on Facebook, and then I will save it. And what this does is it actually changes the URL, as you can see up here. It has changed the URL from those numbers to coaching program specials. Okay. So now it's not a bunch of numbers, which makes it look a lot better when you're trying to share that URL on Facebook or even on the internet. Participant approval is you have to edit, what do you want to do with that? Do you want that on or off? Who can participate in the group? Only profiles. Unless you are building something where you're attracting pages, business pages, I recommend you just leave it as profiles. What about members' posts? If members post in the group, do you want them to be able to do that, or do you want to have to approve it? You have to decide that. Sort comments, suggest the default. This is suggested defaults. With right now, the default is automatically shows comments in whatever order, encourages participation in the group. So in other words, it's gonna, okay, if the most people, whoever is commenting the most is going to show first, or whatever the case may be, but you can change that. So you just have to think about it. You get an opportunity here to think about, and you can always come back and change these. You're not stuck with what you've set it up as. Approve of edits. Now, let's say, for example, I'll create a post on my phone or something, and the auto type thing or whatever gives you the wrong word, and you post and you go, man, that's not what I meant to say, the darn thing. Do you want to let your people in your group be able to go in and edit their whatever they wrote? Okay. I let them do that. Members can edit their posts directly. That's what I do. I let them do that because there's nothing worse than creating a post and having it misunderstood because autocorrect put something else in there that you didn't want. Now, the other option is, do I want to only have admins and moderators edit the posts? Okay. And they must be approved. No, I don't do that. I let people that are in my group, if they can post, that they can edit whatever it is that they posted. Okay. And then I'm going to cancel because I'm not changing that. And then anonymous posting. This is really a good thing because if you've got a lot of people in there, especially if it's sensitive material that you're working with in your group, you want to be able to allow your participants the opportunity to post anonymously, because maybe they feel threatened or discouraged because of judgment, and they're thinking, well, if I put this up there, I know that somebody needs to hear this, but I don't want anybody to know it was me. I don't want anybody to know that I have this problem. So you can turn that on or you can turn it off. And I usually keep mine on because I don't think I've ever had anybody post anonymously, but I want them to know that it's a safe space. And if they don't feel safe, that they can go ahead and create a piece of content and not feel like people are going to have their eyes on them. And then these are things that you can add to the group. You can add events. You can add this opportunity to have files. You can allow people to post GIFs, live video. You have to go in and turn these on. What polls do you want? Do you want content to be created as a poll? Do you want people to be able to do reels? Do you want to allow group video calls? So you have to decide, are you going to use your group and do video calls in your group? You know, you can turn that on. I don't advise that because you can't record a video, but you know, if you get 30 or 40, you know, 10 or 15 people on a video call, and there's so much material that is just gold, you can't share it with anybody because it's not recorded. It's just gone. So I don't do that. If I'm going to do a video, something, I'm going to use Zoom, and I'll either go and do Zoom and get them the link to join me on Zoom and share it into the group, or just get on a Zoom call period and then share the replay with people. Turn on your conversation starter. People love to have badges. Your rising star. People love to see that little icon next to their name. And if they're a visual storyteller, if they are doing value posts and videos, Facebook will rate them as a visual storyteller. And that just says that they share valuable content. And then audio channels and always on space for your community to gather and talk in real time. I've never done that one. And community chats are popular for the community. And I have set up community chats in my Facebook group. And I like the way that it works. I don't overuse it, but it does get the attention of the people when I've got something going on that only happens once or twice a month, to remind them in the group and send them that message in that chat. And most of the time they get the notification because they see Messenger chat all the time. Whereas as far as notifications turned on in the group, a lot of people don't have their notifications turned on. So this is where under the apps that you go to put in, if you're going to practice using Zoom in your Facebook group, and share it into your Facebook group so you can learn how to do that. This is a Zoom video live stream. You have to add it to your group, and then you have to go down, pick it, and you have to add it. Okay. So now you'll be able to stream into your group using Zoom. Now let's see, let's go back down here to apps again. And this is where, sorry guys, add an app, and I'm just going to go live. Now, there's Easy Live, Ecamm. A lot of people are using Ecamm. If that's what you're doing, add Ecamm. But I don't know that you have to do anything if you're just going to go live. Here you go. Live stream tool, Facebook Live. This is a business app. Now, I'm not sure what that means, but you can add it, and it's possible that by you adding that particular app to your group that you're doing for you for practicing live video, you can use your computer to do live video in your Facebook group. I haven't tested that yet. I'll need to test that in my Facebook group that I have, that I do my video practice in. So I'm just going to type live again and go back down here and see what else is available. Okay, that's live streaming. Okay, so I'm just going to pick that. See posts and comments in the group, but not who wrote them. Okay, this is another, evidently this is a third-party tool. So I'm not going to add it. So I'm just going to live Ecamm. Okay. All right, so that should be it for you if you're setting up your personal private Facebook group where you can do video. And I'm going to go back. let's see. You can go to entertainment, shopping, messaging. Okay, business pages. I don't want business pages in my group, so I'm going to go back. And here is the rest of the options. Just go through them and pick them out and just play around with them. And then here, browse. Here's the community home. So when you hit the community home, it changed from those numbers to coaching program specials. Okay. So just a heads up that might be helpful to you. Now here's one feature that's been posted. Only moderators can see this. So this is stuff that you're going to be able to see in your group so you can play around and kind of just practice, and events and so on. Invite members. So if you're actually creating a Facebook group that you are going to be wanting to get people into, you can use the invite button. The only thing I say about that is if you're going to do that, make sure that you know who you're inviting. And what I do is I copy this URL code and save it. Just do Control C from your computer. And then when you go to do the invite, I might pick, let's say, might say, okay, I'm going to pick this person, and I'm going to send an invite, and then I go over to Messenger, and then I just, like, I have a written down list of who I've invited, and I'm going to say, and then give them that link. Don't send them a message without giving them a link. Otherwise, they're going to have no idea what group you're talking about, where it's located, or anything. Now, when they go to visit that group, they're going to probably already be in it because you did use the invite button. And I say, do not use the invite button if you want to make sure that you know that the people you're getting into your group are your ideal prospect or your ideal client and not a spammer. Do not use that. Send them a private message. Yes, let them know what you're doing. Create content on your personal profile. Use the @ of the name of your group to get them to click on it. Do Facebook Live and say, I'm having this incredible training that's going to be in my Facebook group on whatever date. I'd love for you to be there. If you're not a member of my group already, click on the link above, which is in the title of your video. You've got the @ with the name of your group. Click on the link above and join my group. I'd love to have you in there. If you aren't sure, send me a private message and promote. You got to promote your Facebook group before you open the doors, at least 2 weeks before, and do a silent, just building some intensity and some curiosity about 10 days before you go into the promoting of it for 2 weeks. Okay. That will give you the best results for any promotion that you're doing in a Facebook group. So I hope this is helpful, and I hope that you are enjoying your experience here with me in my coaching program. And I'd love to hear from you and hear your comments and create a piece of content on my personal profile with a shout out about your experience and how much you're enjoying working with me in the coaching program. I appreciate that. Thanks, guys. Bye for now.